runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Now, that Bible verse later on through my testimony is going to, play out certain parts of what I say in my testimony. And as y'all know, the parable about Jesus and the shepherd and the sheep, he left 99 to go get the one. Well, this is kind of like another parable that I had learned in jail. We were doing a Bible study one time. And it talks about us being like gold to God. And we're like precious gold to God, His personal treasure. He loves us so much that He puts us through trials and tribulations to purify our bodies and souls and to learn from our mistakes. When you find gold outside in the country, it's dirty and impure. It's all mixed with stone, sand, and other impurities. So to start the purifying of your gold, you have to clean it, wash it, then remove the stone from around it. Then you have to put it in fire to burn up the impurities mixed inside of the gold itself. Then you pull it out, check it, see how much more impurities are in it. And this process has to be repeated at least 3 or 4 times, or until you feel as if the impurities are out. Let's see. And then eventually you're going to get you one solid pure block of gold. When we were born, we were born in sin. And we need to be put through trials and tribulations to help us make ourselves pure and free of sin. This may take many years to complete, and we are God's gold, and He is removing the impurities when we go through these trials and tribulations until we are one solid, pure soldier and vessel of His Spirit and ready for the final battle against evil. Now, my testimony is I remember things I was born. When I was born real young, there's things I can remember as a child that, most children should remember. 2 or 3 years old. And seeing my mother get beat. Seen her one time, I remember she had a shotgun in her mouth, the dude she was with. Could have blown her head off right in front of her. And my mom was addicted to drugs real bad. And some people say that, you'll find your own angel. Guardian angel. And my grandmother was my guardian angel. Thank the Lord, when I was about 5 years old, my grandmother had got off work one day and came to bring me and my brother some food for us to be able to eat for the next few days. And when she got there, the social services was there getting ready to kick in the door because the night before my mother had left and went to go get high and was gone for over 24 hours. And the neighbor seen her leave and didn't see her come back, so he called social services. So my grandmother showed up at the right time and told them, I'll take care of these 3 boys, me and my 2 brothers. And ever since then, if it wasn't for that woman there, my guardian angel, I don't know where I'd be in this world right now. Me and my brothers probably split up for adoption and whatnot, And she taught me right from wrong, all my manners, yes ma'am, no ma'am, all that good stuff. So, get a little bit older, then you get your teens, go hang out in the neighborhood with your friends and whatnot, and your parents, you know what I'm saying? When you're young, you want to listen to your parents because you might not think that they know what you're talking about, but believe me, they know what you're talking about. When they say don't do this or don't do that, or if you hang around this person, you're going to be like that person. 9 times out of 10, they know what you're talking about. So, started smoking cigarettes at 12 years old. I wasn't there, picked up a cigarette, and I started smoking pot because guys in the neighborhood was smoking pot. So, and after that, here comes the selling the drugs. Here I am, 13 years old on the block, riding with dudes that are 25 years old. I'm 13 years old, trying to sell drugs, crack cocaine. And this guy comes up to me, don't know him from nothing. He comes up to me and wants to trade his 24 karat gold class ring for some crack, $20 worth of crack. But I can't do it, I gotta have the money. First time in my life I ever seen a grown person cry over some drugs. And that told me right there, what some of the things the world was about. Before that, I've seen some things growing up throughout the years, but, being in there in the streets, running around with the crew that I was going around and whatnot, it showed me a lot. So, come about 16 years old, from the time, like, my childhood, from the time my grandmother took custody of me 5 years old to 16, I don't know if you guys believe in, like, God should give you all messages through your dreams or whatever, but I've had dreams that, I can remember just like the TV show you watched yesterday. Some of the things I've seen in these dreams, I was started going to church and everything throughout my childhood, and I learned about the Bible. And when I learned about Revelations, that's my favorite book in the Bible. And in Revelations, it says at end times, you'll hear the sound of the 7 trumpets play, go off from the archangels or whatever. And I had this dream one time. I was sitting on the back porch of somebody's house this late afternoon, summertime. And all I remember is just out of nowhere to hear this loud horn and the ground just starts shaking. And then I wake up, and I had that dream twice. Another dream I had is, I think it says in Revelations at end times, like all things will be on fire, great fires and everything. 3 different times in 3 different places I've seen all the trees, everything was on fire, complete fire, chaos. 3 different times, 3 different places. It also says one part of the Revelations that coming down from the sky would be, I think it was either God or Jesus coming down from the heavens, or somebody would be like adorned as a bride, for marriage. And I had me and my brothers in this dream, and my grandmother and one of our neighbors was standing outside at like 3 in the morning in the dream, and coming down from the sky was this big ball of light, and in that ball of light was this woman, had like a headdress on, kind of like a bride would and whatnot. And after that dream, I woke up, and the latest one that I've had was not too long ago, a couple years ago maybe, and I think it talks about there would be a great star called wormwood or something up come from the heavens to strike the earth, I believe, and I had seen that coming from out the sky, before it hit the earth. I woke up, but I believe those are my messages from God, let me know that these are things that are bound to happen eventually when the time comes. And so going on to about 16 years old, my grandmother, I'm thinking to myself, I'm 16, most teenagers, get their first job and everything. My uncle has a concrete business, so I figured I'd move from my grandmother's house and go to Delaware with my father and work and complete my education. Even though I might have been smoking a little bit of pot here and there and hanging out with kids in the neighborhood, I still had good grades, played sports, and had a good head on my shoulders. And my grandmother begged and pleaded me and cried and was, don't go, I got a bad feeling, So I went anyway and didn't listen to her. And I ended up getting into some trouble, and it kind of scarred me for the rest of my life. But, a couple years after that, I looked back and was like, he told me not to go, he was right. I should have listened to him, should have stayed there. But I guess it's, some of the trials and tribulations that you gotta go through to help make yourself pure and move them impurities from out of your body. And, so now, here I am, like, let's see, after all that, a few years go by, working here and there, and, been through all types of different jobs and whatnot, wasn't doing too good, still doing drugs. I would go to church every now and then with my grandmother, and by the time I was about 23, 24, I was so far going on drugs that I would still go to church, but I wouldn't have enough money in my pocket to go put in the offering during service because I was going to spend my money on drugs. Even though I might have sold drugs, I might have had me a good watch or an necklace on or something like that. I never stole from anybody to support my habit or anything like that because I was, wouldn't let myself get out that far. But, it's been a hard time, but Jesus has always been there with me the whole walk. I've seen things and heard things that are straight pure evil. I've seen the devil pretty much basically staring me in my eye, felt him breathing on the back of my neck, grabbing at the back of my shirt, ready to just take me and devour me. And I wouldn't let him have it. This past, I've been down here for Delaware for 5 years. before I came to Delaware, from down here from Delaware, I was selling heroin and was doing heroin. And, I had enough money in my pocket to do what I wanted to do then, but I got so strung out on the heroin that, you know, I was starting to think about, you know, going and stealing from people to support my habit. You know what I mean? And I wasn't raised like that. You don't steal, you ask me, you shall receive. So I came down here with my mother to get away from that drug habit, and then I got around another crew that was cooking shake and bake, methamphetamine, crystal meth. And I got strung out on it, and it was just so bad, you know, that, I didn't wanna work. I was spending all my money on drugs, wanting to get high. Didn't want to eat. Here I'm 215 pounds. Right?
That's good.
About 3 years ago, when I was getting high, I was 145 pounds, skin and bones. You know, and
That's good.
the Bible verse, Psalms 23 says He'll prepare a table for me and my enemies. Even though I was out there getting high and everything, there would be somebody to come through and give me some food, that I would have something to eat somewhere or another, even though I didn't have the money or the time to pay for food or anything like that. And I would get in trouble and go to jail for something stupid like trespassing or something like that. And everything, like all my clothes, somebody would steal or sell or get drugs, get high, and then the Lord would bring me back. I'd get everything that I had back tenfold, all my clothes, jewelry and everything, stereo systems, all that stuff, come back. And it went through it at least 3 times, you know, and that showed me there that, you know, God is with me, and, you know, wants me, and, you know, even though throughout my childhood I lived in a bad neighborhood and everything, and went through the things that most families do go through and whatnot, you know, I was always thinking, like, what's my purpose here? You know what I mean? You know, why am I here? But now I know that I'm here to serve Him.
Amen.
Do His work.
That's
You
it.
know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Life's not worth going out there selling drugs, being in a gang, you know, getting killed over a color you wear. You know what I mean? If I want to be in a gang, I want to be in His gang.
Come on,
Amen, brother.
Amen.
You know, and do His work. Now, this last time I've been out of jail these past 4 or 5 years, 5, 6 times, and you know, I don't want to be 40 years old with nothing to my name, so I just put it into it. I cut ties with all my old friends, and I don't speak with them no more. I've been clean for 2.5 years now. I've got my weight back. I've got my family back in my life. They want to be part of my life. I've met some wonderful people since I called Robbie Bolden when I got out of that jail that day, and I told him, like, look, you know, I don't have nowhere to go. I'm ready to change my life around. I'm tired of being, you know, in the streets getting high. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for him and the organization with the Community Dream Center and the church and Pastor Michael, you know, I probably, you know, I had it in my heart set that I was going to get out and be clean and good, you know, to go to church and everything for God and everything, you know what I mean? But I still would have been teetering on that line, wanting to get high, still probably hanging around some of the same people and everything. But thank the Lord, Bobby answered that phone.
Amen.
Come pick me up. And they said, I'll be there in a half hour to come get you. And ever since then, that was September. And these past about 4.5 months, I've accomplished so much in these past 4 months than I probably have in the last 5 years. It's unbelievable. And it's all in the worship of the Lord.
Amen.
It's so
Amen.
powerful and amazing. You know, I've got a wonderful job. You know, I like the people there. And, you know, I've got a roof over my head, food that I can eat anytime that I want to. People that I can go and confide to when I need somebody to talk to about something, you know, and I just praise Jesus. I just thank you very much.
Amen.
Amen. That's
And,
it.
that's my testimony. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you, brother.
Amen.